Hello friends, welcome back to Life Lessons. This story will give you a great lesson that everything happens for a reason, and instead of regretting over your past, you should always try to make your present and future better. Grace was a 25-year-old woman who was engaged to Adrian, her high school sweetheart. The two of them were madly in love for 8 years, and they had planned to get married after getting financially stronger. Time passed by. They got financially stronger, and Adrian finally proposed to Grace. She was over the moon. Finally, her dreams were coming true. They decided to get married in a couple of months. They both worked day and night to make their wedding a memorable event. Finally, their big day came. Everyone was happy. Grace could not believe it was finally happening. It was the happiest day of their lives. Grace and Adrian promised each other that they would not leave each other until the day they die. After the wedding, they went on to the Bahamas on their dream honeymoon. They had a great time there. It was the perfect start to their marriage. Finally, they came back after a week and started to settle into their work routine. Things were going great until one day, Grace received terrible news. Her husband was hit by a truck while he was driving back from work. He succumbed to injuries and died on his way to the hospital. Adrian was no more. Grace's entire world had gone upside down. She was devastated. She had become a widow just 1 month after her marriage. The first few days after Adrian's death, she had several panic attacks. She kept crying for more than a month. Her parents and other relatives tried to calm her down, but everything that she had wished for was gone in a matter of seconds. Not knowing what to do with her life, Grace moved to a different city. She got a minimum wage job as a waitress and started living her new life. Every day she would go to work, return home, and cry herself to sleep. It seemed that there was nothing but misery and sorrow in her life. One day, she was walking back from work thinking about Adrian when suddenly a young boy collided with her. It was a homeless boy who had stolen bread from a cart and was running from the cart's owner. As the boy collided with Grace, he fell to the ground. The cart owner came running after him and grabbed him. The cart owner told the boy that he was going to take him to the police station. This is when Grace told the cart owner to stop. She paid the cart owner the price of the bread that the boy had stolen and asked him to let the boy go. Grace had saved the boy from trouble, just for now, but she did not know what to do with him. The boy told Grace that he was only 9 years old, and he had run away from a foster home in another city and hopped on a train to get to this city. Realizing that the boy did not have a home, Grace asked him if he would like to stay with her for a couple days before she finds a reasonable foster home for him. The boy agreed to go home with Grace. When they reached home, Grace gave him a warm bath, made him dinner, and asked him his name. The boy replied, "Adrian." "My name is Adrian." Grace was shocked. She could not believe. She stared at the little boy. He was an innocent-looking, beautiful boy who was abandoned by the world. He could have easily gone into the wrong hands, or he could have died as he had no home or guardian to take care of him. This is when Grace took it as a sign that maybe God had sent her to this city to take care of this Adrian after losing the love of her life, who was also named Adrian. She took care of the boy for a few months. Grace had learned that the boy's parents had died early in his childhood, and he had lived in a foster home before meeting her. Whenever she would ask him about his time in the foster home, he would always become quiet. Grace did not push him to get the details as she did not want to cause him any pain. The boy healed from the emotional trauma and pain that he had suffered at the foster home. Finally, one day, he opened up to Grace. He told her that the caretakers at the foster home were torturing kids. They used to beat the kids over little things, and they had even killed a couple of kids. He told her about the terrible living conditions, the unhealthy food, and other wrongdoings taking place at the foster home. Grace was shocked. She told the boy not to worry, kissed him, and told him that she was going to be his mother for the rest of his life. Grace had decided in her mind that she was going to inform the police about the foster home. A few days later, Grace went to the city from where the boy had come. She went to a police station and told them about the conditions at the foster home. The police officials were shocked. Grace told them the story of Adrian, how he had run away and how he had witnessed all the crimes. Police officials raided the foster home, and upon investigation, they found that the boy was right. 211 children were rescued from the foster home. Most of them were in extremely bad mental and physical health. The police officials thanked Grace for reporting the horrific crime and told her that she may be contacted in the future for formal paperwork related to the case. Grace returned to her city, where her Adrian was waiting for her. She kept smiling all the way throughout the journey back. It was the first time that she had smiled after her husband's death, and she could not stop smiling. She had found how one terrifying incident in her life had indirectly relieved suffering of more than 200 children. Had her husband not died, she would have kept living in her city. She would not have met Adrian, the little boy. He would not have told her about the horrible crimes being committed at the foster home. She would have not informed the police, and many of the children would have continued to suffer or died a horrible death. It was all God's plan. Grace was finally happy. She had not forgotten her husband, the love of her life, but she had realized that everything happens for a reason, and we should try to make the best of each situation. No matter what comes your way, try to do your best and make your present and future better. The only thing you can do with the past is to learn from it. Live every day with a new ambition to make your and others' lives better. Friends, if you liked this story, show your support by liking this video and sharing it with your friends. Also, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more interesting stories. Until next time.